The very first thing you need to know is that finding a job is always difficult for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're a junior developer who just graduated from university or an experienced senior developer who has worked for over 20 years in the industry. It's always difficult because having the knowledge and experience for that specific job is only a part of the process. You need to consider other factors as well. One of those factors is chance. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try to find a job, you're not successful in that. So don't worry about it. This is how the whole world works. Chance is a big part of the board, and the only solution to beat luck is actually increasing your odds and probability of winning by trying over and over. It's like a dice. To get a 6, averagely you need to roll over the dice 6 times. It's pretty much the same for finding a job, or I can say everything you want to do in your life when you want to achieve something big. So here's the solution. Apply as much as you can, no matter how much experience you have or what level of skills you have. So here's the first tip. Apply as many as it's possible, as many as the positions are out there. Now, the second tip, finding a job, writing a CV, passing the interviews, everything you want to do along the way from applying to get a job is a process of learning. Always something that you need to learn and improve your skills in that areas. It's the same for everybody. You need to understand that you're not the only one who feels like this. Let me give you an example. Even if you are a native English speaker, it doesn't mean that you're going to be successful in IELTS or TOEFL exams. Because to be successful in those exams, you need to improve your skills related to those exams. It doesn't matter how much English you know. You need to learn the rules in that structure. To overcome TOEFL or IELTS exam, you need to overcome beforehand because it's not a routine conversation anymore. You need to be familiar with the question types you're going to face. You need to see some examples beforehand. It's exactly the same for finding a job. So having skills and experiences don't mean that you're going to be successful in finding a job. So basically you need to learn and play by their rules. You need to learn how to write a CV, how to talk to them, how to introduce yourself, how to list your skills and experiences, and a lot of other things. So it's a process of learning. Don't expect yourself to know all of this beforehand. You need to learn it. They don't care if you have been coding for the last 10 years, if you have no knowledge about the basics of algorithms and computer science. They care about these things. You need to believe it, you need to accept it. Last but not least, if you're going to apply to a job as an immigrant, especially to jobs related to software development, software engineering, be patient. But the important thing here is that even if you're an immigrant, it doesn't matter in most European countries as long as you can speak English. Because usually in their offices and in their companies, they speak English as their main language. So it doesn't matter if you can speak their own language. Sometimes your location and your visa status is important for them. But the best practice is that don't mention anything about that in your CV. Let's first get the first interview, and then during the first interview you can explain your situation. You can talk about your visa status, your location, and about different things, but not in the CV. It's not a good practice. Okay, that's the end of the video. As the conclusion, I want to say again and repeat these things, that the most important part is actually writing a CV. There's no shortcut for that, but you will learn along the way that's how you can write a good CV. You need to learn that. Along the way, you learn how to talk to them, how you need to introduce yourself. And you will learn these things because it's different from job to job, from company to company, from person to person. So there is no general, tips for how to write your CV. You will learn it along the way, and that's really normal. So the very first thing is that you need to accept that you don't know anything, and you should trust yourself and start working on those skills. And don't forget, you're going to get a lot of rejections. That's completely normal. Even though it's really heartbreaking, I feel it, I understand it. But believe me, that's completely normal. Don't care about the rejection emails. Don't read them even. Because in most cases, they don't answer you really reasonably. Because always the actual answer and the actual reason is much more complicated than they can express it. It depends on different parameters that maybe one of those many parameters is you. So don't care about them. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next video. Bye.